Assalamu alaikum, Varahmatullah, dear religious brothers and sisters. It is inconceivable, isn't it? How can such a thing happen? The people who did it know that children are dying. They know that women are dying. They know that innocents are dying. The people who pressed the buttons of that bomb know that... What kind of conscience? How can you leave that bomb? We can't understand, can we? Why can't you understand, brother? The ancestors of people with this mentality were sent prophets by Allah. They killed blessed people like prophets. This is the same mentality. You think you have a conscience like yourself. That's why you can't understand. I'm sure you all saw the bombs thrown at this tent. You probably couldn't watch the videos. I mean, the place is on fire. People are holding their children in their arms, their dead bodies. There is a very bad scene. There are videos that we can't watch. People are living there. Think about it. And the Palestinians are the ones who are having the hardest time watching those videos. They are watching those videos, looking at the faces, trying to recognize if there is anyone I know in those burning bodies. They are watching those videos, looking at the faces, trying to recognize them, saying, I hope I don't know anyone. But don't be sad, don't be afraid, don't be depressed because the Organization of Islamic Unity condemned what happened yesterday in Rafah attack. Don't be upset. Why are you upset? It's been condemned, and now everything will be solved. Isn't it strange? I mean, you feel sorry for what happened. What we also feel sad about is the silence of these sold-out leaders of the Middle East and the silence of a very large part of the world, which makes people sad. Although there is a spoiled child there, the International Court of Justice says, okay, stop the attacks, court decisions, etc. There is a spoiled child in the middle. It does not stop. It attacks again, it attacks again, it attacks again. It is raging rabid all together, the leaders of the Middle East, all together if they say, we are stopping the oil, we are imposing an embargo. All the countries around Israel impose an embargo on everything in the airspace. Even the world is participating in this. They say enough is enough. Don't kill children and women. Innocent people are dying, and what does the spoiled child say? I'm not stopping. I'm not going to stop. Okay, we embargo you worldwide. What happens? You know what? You will see peace not in 3 days, but in 1 day. You will see the days when Palestinian children start playing in the park. You will see the days when there is no pain, no sorrow. Just, we will impose an embargo. No war, no rockets, no sanctions, just an embargo. And in 1 day they will become a man, but it doesn't happen. Why is that? It's not just Israel that's bad, is it? There are sole leaders, there are other accounts, there are other interests, so there is no unity. Israel wanted the Palestinians to go down from the north to the south, so they did so. They moved 7, 8 times and finally stopped in a tent camp in Rafah. That is, in the area where Israel said to stop here, while people were asleep at night. They turned the tents into a place of fire. 8 rockets are said to have hit, and the scenes are very bad. I don't want to go into detail. Maybe you are disturbed. 45 of our Palestinian brothers and sisters are martyred. The number of wounded is increasing. The number of dead is also increasing. But isn't it strange? Go south, go south, go south, go south, go south. They call it a safe zone. Go down to the safe zone. Go down to the safe zone. And there they start bombing people, bombing civilians, bombing innocent people. Isn't it just like Hitler directing people to a certain place and then committing genocide there? How similar it is. You say you are in a safe zone and the international community says, yes, you are in a safe zone. Then you start killing people in that safe zone. What happened? Did the rockets come by mistake? Did all 8 of them come by mistake? Did a country like Israel with such advanced technology, a country that has the technology to drop bombs without deviating even a meter, did they do it by mistake? No, there is a man called Piers Morgan, you know. This man was defending Israel to the death, but he started to change so much that even a man like Piers Morgan said this since things first started. You know, there is a terrorist organization called IRA, an organization that has plagued the UK for 25 years. A terrorist organization that has carried out many actions and killed people inside the UK. Piers Morgan says, He says that when Ireland attacked people in the UK, we didn't drop 97-pound bombs on Belfast because the terrorists were hiding among the civilians. So he's actually making a reference to the fact that in the UK, in Ireland, these are okay, go on, bomb Belfast, bomb Belfast. There are terrorists somewhere in Belfast, bomb them all. That's not what we did. Even a man like that has come to his senses a little bit, because there's no way of explaining things anymore. At first, he was making explanations. He was explaining that Israel was defending itself, and Israel was doing this. But now the event that took place has turned into such a massacre that it has turned into a genocide that it cannot be explained anymore. Why look at the numbers? 15,239 children died, 10,093 women died, 35,984 people died in total, 80,643 people were injured, and there are so many traumas that we do not know the number of traumas. You know, those who did not die, they died too. Why? Everyone you know is dead. Will you be able to live with that trauma with the right psychology? Will you be happy? Do some Muslims think that some Muslims, I mean the people who have the authority in their hands and do not prevent anything, do you think that we prayed, we fasted, let's go to heaven? This is not our religion. Have you never studied the life of the Prophet? Our religion is not only about praying and fasting. Yes, these are obligatory, but also about the Quran. The Quran came with 2 commandments, pray and fast. This is not that. You can't live like an animal in social life. I have prayed and fasted. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to eat ears. I'm going to persecute people. You can't do that. There are so many people in the Middle East. There are so many leaders. There are so many influential people. Even Guardiola doesn't shake the hand of the Israeli man. He reacts. He makes a statement. I wonder if these people think that either we will lose our position or we will not be in danger, the Israeli lobbies and so on. Brother, you are already dead. What happens if Israel assassinates you? What happens if Israel kills you? You are already dead. You know those animals. They are walking around. They are much more valuable than you. You are dead. A new rank has been invented below the animal rank. What happens if you live in that rank? What happens if you don't live in that rank? Years later, when your grandchildren ask you, "What did you do, Grandpa? What did you do?" There was a genocide. There is something called the Palestinian genocide. The hospital was bombed. Thousands of children died. What did you do? Did you take an active role at that time? What will you say? I could have stopped that genocide, or I could have written something about the genocide. I could have declared my side, but I didn't do it. I was scared. I was scared like a duck. I was scared that my position would be something. I was scared that I would lose my financial interests. Or let's take another group of people who are silent about this situation. Yes, they have no authority, but, you know, one should declare one's side, right? I mean, there are also artists. I mean, there are a lot of them who are silent, brother. You have an audience because we are aware that this issue is like this. We believe that it will get better. A very serious public opinion will be formed, right? Look how much stronger the current public opinion is compared to the past. Much stronger than October 7th, when a much stronger one is formed. The leaders who rule America slowly started to reverse gear. We warn Israel, if you continue like this, we will not supply you with bombs. They say these things like a joke. Why are they saying these things? Why is the public opinion being formed in order not to lose the election? The problem of those people, the problem of those leaders is money, interest, vote people. We will not give you our votes because you Americans, especially ours. You are killing the Palestinians by supporting Israel with our taxes. You are killing the Palestinians. The blood is on our hands. You are getting blood on our hands. You are bombing people and children with the taxes you take from us, how they started to backtrack. So at least the part of this job that we can do is to create a public opinion, to create serious pressure. But people who have such an audience, I mean, people who tweet even when a dog dies, tweet even when a cat dies, tweet even when a cat dies. And do Yar Kazan, people do not say anything when thousands of children die. For example, is this not there in the hereafter? Is this not there in the hereafter? Is this not there in the hereafter? Not only Netanyahu will not be judged, not only the oppressors will not be judged in the hereafter, not only the oppressors will be judged, but also those who consent to the oppression will be judged, not only prayer and fasting. People who say, I don't care about this issue, I don't care about this issue. People who say, I'm neutral about this issue. I've seen these people. I've seen that the people who support Israel have decreased a lot because it's gotten so big now. Brother, how can you be neutral? How can you be neutral? Don't you see these things? How can you not care about these things? How can you not care about these things? It's not my business that he thinks that. Look, 1 child died there. 5 children died. 10 children died. 1,000 children died. 15. Look, the child is dying. Look, when they grow up to be Muslims or something like that. They wear such a saric robe, you know. You don't like them. You hate them. Okay, don't support them. Forget them. Let them die. Let them die. For you, the death of children, you know. As a human being, you can be an atheist. You can be a deist. You can be a Muslim, no matter what religion you are. If it doesn't bother your conscience, it's rotten. It's rotten inside. You don't know it. You have become a servant and slave to your interests. If you don't have an interest, you don't write a line. And I understand that at the beginning, when these October 7th events broke out, they presented it in such a way that Hamas is terrorism, these are the oppressors, Israel is defending itself, etc. You know, at first, people may not have understood the issue. They may be thinking that since I couldn't write then, I'm not writing now. But now the issue is very clear. So we need to leave our prejudices and unite seriously on this issue and create a public opinion. If you want to be able to say to your grandchildren that I have made my side clear, because when Hitler was committing genocide, people were not like, guys, we are committing genocide. No, they thought that they were defending themselves, that they were doing a favor to the German race, that they were burying the enemies in the ground. Oh, we were committing genocide. Then they realized that we were committing genocide. There is a genocide going on right now, so when your grandson asks, you can say, yes, I defended the oppressed people of Palestine like a lion. Look at these figures. 15.239 children have died, not to mention the persecution that has been going on for 10 years before October 7th. Imagine a total of 35. 000, that is, a stadium full of people went under the ground because of these oppressors. Imagine the opposite. Imagine that something happened on October 7th. Israel raised the world's attention and took the world public opinion behind it. They made up that they were killing us, that children's heads were cut off and women's breasts were cut off, and people believed it, and there was no evidence. And then those who made it up confessed. They said, yes, we didn't see children's heads being cut off with our eyes. You guys couldn't watch yesterday's videos. Don't watch it. I watched it a little bit. I don't know, I'll tell you. One man, brothers with tender hearts, skip here, fast forward 10 seconds, 15 seconds. The man hugged a child. The child was burned. The child was burned. The bones were visible. The child's head was missing, and the child was going to the right, going to the left, going to the right. The man didn't know what he was doing. Now imagine the thing. I saw a body like coal. I saw a body like coal. I saw a body like coal. Now imagine the opposite. Palestine is attacking Israel and 35. 000 innocent people are killed. 10.000 women are killed. 15.000 Israeli children are killed. 15.000 Israeli children are killed. 15.000 Israeli children are killed. Imagine such a scenario. Imagine how they took a few incidents on October 7th and dramatized them and took the world public opinion behind them. Oh, the Palestinian side has a video of an Israeli child's decapitated head, and they burned the place down. Did you hear that Palestine bombed Israel's hospital? Did you hear that Palestine told Israel to go south, told Israel to go south, told Israel to go south, and forcibly displaced 2 million people from their homes? All the Israelis went down and then started firing rockets at their tents and started bombing them. If something like this happened, the world public opinion would be slightly against Palestine right now. I wonder if they will give a little bit of support to Israel, or They will say, take out your nuclear bombs and pile all these bombs on the Palestinians and show no mercy and do this bombing, and people will be able to watch these images normally without tears, right? How interesting. There is a hadith of our Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Brothers and sisters, he says that whoever of you sees a munkar, if he sees something ugly, if he sees something wrong, he should correct it with his hand, and if he cannot afford it, he should correct it with his tongue. Maybe Twitter is a tongue, and if he cannot afford it, he should get angry with his heart, and this is the weakest degree of faith. Let's show our side, let's do our best. So what will happen? What will be the end of Israel? Is there any information? If you say, will these men be judged? They will definitely be judged. Will it happen in this world? I think it will happen, but after 40-50 years, since the age of these people is 40-50, they will go under the ground, these oppressors and those who support oppression, and those who support oppression, and those who could have prevented it but did not prevent it. Don't worry. Be 100% sure that after 50 years, these people will be judged in the justice of Allah. They will be judged in such a way that they will be punished in such a way that the oppression they have done throughout their lives will not be even a tiny thing compared to the punishment they will receive. So don't worry. Be 100% sure in 50 years, maybe in 20 years, these people will see the justice of Allah. The rights of the oppressed will be taken from the oppressed brothers and sisters. 000 martyrs. Yes, we feel sorry for them. We feel sorry for those children. But that child thinks like this. I couldn't find food to eat in the world. I was thirsty. I was thirsty. How beautiful it is here now. This is what the Quran tells us. Look, don't listen like a materialist right now. Yes, right now, these 239 children are very happy. Yes, they are very happy like this right now. 10,000 women, 35,000 martyrs. Their pain is over. The pain of those who are left behind is over, and we will heal them. My brother, our Lord has given the answers to these questions in Surah Isra, verses 4 and 8. The verse says that the Jews have made mischief on earth twice, and as a result of these two, the Jews are invaded, their cities are destroyed, and they are exiled. The first of these was by Babylon in 598 BC, and the other was by Rome in 70 BC. So what is the part of this event that is relevant to our day? Our Lord says in the verse, "It is hoped that your Lord will have mercy on you. If you return to the old situation, we will return to these two events." Our Lord says that you will experience what you have experienced in the past. You know, oppression does not end when it remains constant. It is something that ends as oppression increases. There have been many oppressors on the face of the earth throughout history, and each time the end of the oppressors has been the same, and this time it will be the same. Let us do our part. Let us show our side. May Allah make these oppressors miserable. Inshallah, peace be with you.